You know what I'm saying? Like it's not overtly racist or whatever. It's not. It's you can read into it that I give it to you. It does not look good. It does not look good. It's not a good look. They apologized. They pulled it off the shelves, and they said they're gonna include some diversity in their hiring or whatever. Like what more do you want? Like I don't.
It's just too it's for me it's too little too late. Like racism is real. Racism is a real thing. And so for a big company like Prada and Gucci to now recognize that these little monkey caricatures that they're using reflects the Sambo monkey that was used to to uh to depict black people and to depict slavery and to put down an African American, like that symbol, yes, is gonna stir up something in into some people. And then on the sweater, it's not even that they didn't just use lips. They used the big Sambo lips. They used the blackface lips. Like you can't tell me that nobody saw that and was like, ooh, that looks like that. So for me, it's just like so much other stuff has gone by over the years. So much other stuff has gone by, and we've tried to say things, and nobody, looked our way. So for now, for us to say something like, "Look, we're not going to accept this. We're not going to accept any innuendos because that can be used against us." And that's just bottom line. Racism is real. It's a real thing. So when they put out a blackface sweater, it's just like, damn, do y'all not care about us? Do you guys not do y'all not see what you're doing?
But you already know they don't care about you. So what difference? You already know.
So we're calling them out. So we're calling them out.
Why do you expect a white company or a multi-billion-dollar company to care about you?
Well, for them to go and apologize and then say that they're for them to go back and apologize and say that they're going to hire some people of color just to show that they care, when really they don't care, because if they did care, they wouldn't have done it in the first place.
No, they can even if they didn't do it, which all these other companies who haven't done it don't take that for they care.
Okay, I'm not saying I'm not taking that as they care, but what I'm taking it is that it's blatant. It's blatant disrespect. It's about racism. Racism is real, and if they don't care that they are putting out blackface sweaters and Sambo monkeys on their bags, then fuck them. Fuck them. There's so many other companies out there to shop from.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then this is the other part of me anyway. The other part of me feel like this is like a rich person's problem anyway, because I mean, I might be out of touch or whatever, but I don't have Gucci Prada money. And I don't pretend like I do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when we were talking about boycotting Viva.
Right.
I don't shop at Viva.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to boycott it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, Prada and Gucci ain't in my world. So me boycotting them don't mean shit.
Right, but Viva is in your world. Viva is right down the street, and majority of black people go to Viva. And the two people that were attacked at that Viva were African American women. Yes, my auntie is a black woman, and she used to live right down the street on Slauson, and she's the one who told me about that Viva.
No, I know that.
It's a lot of people in the community that go in there, and even when they were talking about the Viva on the store, they were showing the store was a lot of black people in there.
No.
So
I wasn't saying that black people don't go to Viva. I was just saying, like, me personally,
right? But
I don't go to Viva.
But what I'm saying is that's another reason for me why it raises a red flag, because if black people aren't even supposed to be able to afford it, or quote unquote, or however it's said, or however it's supposed to be, then what did you guys think, that we weren't going to see it, and that nobody was going to notice, that it wasn't going to be a problem?
No, I don't really think that I don't think they're in there like saying, "Hey, let's do this to piss off black people."
I
don't think that's what happened.
I don't think that's what happened either. But what I think is that they thought they would be able to get away with it.
No, okay.
It's no way you can take that sweater, and nobody, when they were drawing the designs up for the sweater, when they was going through manufacturing, when they were doing the photo shoots for the website, nobody said, damn, this looks like blackface.
Yes, nobody, because you know why? That's not their, look, Dejan.
That's the problem.
I'm not disagreeing with that. But listen, this is the way things are. People come from different realities. Okay, so people's minds don't work the same way. White people or non-black people for that matter don't see slavery and color and Jim Crow and all the things that we do, because that's not their reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same for them.
I don't. I disagree. I disagree, because these are blackface is not something that you can tell me that a white person has never seen before.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so
not the same thing.
What I'm saying is, my point is that nobody ever seen it.
I don't see it the way y'all see it.
But you've seen it. But you've seen blackface before.
I have seen it, but I don't see it.
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't see it everywhere.
And you know how it can make people feel, regardless on if you feel that way or not. You know that blackface is connotated in a negative way. So why would you even mass produce a sweater like that? Being that you are the name that you are.
What I'm saying is
that's the problem. That's the problem.
Okay, you're not even hearing me, so we can just move on, because you're not even listening, and I don't even think you're trying at this point. So, the whole copyright dance thing is back in the news again.
Yes, I heard about that, and as soon as I read the article, I was like, "Damn, Dino was right."
Yep. Music to my ears. I'm going to make that a drop. Dino was right. Alfonso Ribeiro was turned down by the Copyright Office, who refused his registration for the so-called, quote-unquote, Carlton dance.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, like, a lot of different reasons for turning him down.
Well...
They turned him down for several reasons. The first reason was, like I said, what's considered a basic, like most of these... for lack of a better term, urban dances that are just a couple of steps. They're too simple. First of all, it's very hard to
urban dances.
Well, that's the name I gave them. So, you know, do you have a better name?
Dances?
For lack of a better word. We're talking about specific
dances.
No, I don't. We're not talking about all dances, because some dances like the waltz or whatever is not the same as the waltz is much more complicated than the Carlton. So we're not talking about all dances. We're talking about a specific, style or type of dance.
Okay.
Like, the little short couple step routines that you do at parties and whatnot or whatever. So those type of dances. So since I'm super offensive today, we can't call them black dances, because apparently, even though all these black people are the ones that are up in arms about it, for some reason calling them urban dances or black dances is wrong. Okay. They're not sophisticated enough to copyright. That's one thing. The other thing was that when he submitted the routine that he did for Dancing with the Stars that had the Carlton included in this whole routine. So that one they questioned, because it's widely known that the professional dancers / choreographers work with all the celebrity talent to create these dances, and it only had his name and nobody else's. So they questioned that, and there was something else. Oh, then they also went back to the original Carlton, saying that even if they could copyright it, he couldn't copyright it because he created it admittedly for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show, which is owned by ABC. So if anybody was going to own the rights to it, it would be ABC. So that's basically why, for all those reasons, he was turned down, his request to copyright the Carlton dance. And I suspect all the others, if there are any others trying to get it copyrighted, will have the same problem.
Yeah, it's sad. I think he can't copyright his dance. That's his dance.
Yeah. It is what it is. So in some celebrity gossip, Miranda Lambert, you know who that is?
Her name sounds familiar.
She's a country artist. So is tossing salads, literally.
Oh, right. I heard about this.
You heard about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, now she's not tossing salads the way you might think when you hear that phrase, tossing salads. She was at dinner with some family and friends and whatnot, and someone in her party, a male in her party, got into it with another guy in the men's room. He made some comment about millennials and their phones and whatnot, and there was some back and forth, and it got kind of heated, and then it extended out into out of the restrooms, and then Miranda got involved in it somehow, and Next thing you know, the guy is screaming at her table, and then she goes over to his table, and she's got words, and she picks up a salad and dumps it on the guy.
She tossed the
salad onto his wife's lap. And the police was called and everything, but Miranda Lambert and her party were gone by then.
Yeah, smart.
So the funny thing about this story is what happens afterwards. Like when the story came out, there was like all these funny lettuce and salad jokes that people were doing. You know, they was like, let us all get along and just everybody remain quiet. You know? And it was just going on and on. You know, guys know how the internet is. So I thought that was pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
That was pretty funny. They came up with some pretty good ones. But in some other celebrity news, Bow Wow and his girlfriend, is her name pronounced Kiyomi?
Yeah, Kiyomi.
Kiyomi Leslie. She's an Instagram model, right?
Yeah.
That's what's known for. She's very pretty. Well, they got into a physical altercation at a Super Bowl party, at actually Shaq's Super Bowl party down in Atlanta. And so Bow Wow said that his girl Kiyomi was all up on Shaq. Like just really jocking him and all on his body and this and that. And he felt extremely disrespected. And they had words and police came and they couldn't determine who initiated it. So they arrested both of them. And then they were released, you know, on $8,000 bail apiece. Now, the police are saying they don't know who started, but from what I'm hearing from other outlets and from what I'm seeing from pictures, Bow Wow is the only one that looks beat up. You know, and Kiyomi looks fine. But she's saying that before that, he had done some things in the elevator that precipitated and that he started it physically and this and that. But other outlets are reporting that she beat Bow Wow up. And it's domestic abuse, you know, from the reverse.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I saw the elevator footage.
Okay.
And he just completely antagonized her up until the point where the security had to restrain him from her. So anything after that, he got his ass beat. That's just
he antagonized her.
She Wolverined his ass.
What did he like? Was he hitting her? He was beating her?
Well, he was. The video didn't have any sound, but he was yelling all up in her. He was all up in her face, putting his hands in her face, like pointing at her, yelling at her, and like chest bumping her. He was chest bumping her with his chest, like chest bumping her. And then the security guard was right there, like, you know, like, hey, don't do that, don't do that. She was just standing there. Like trying to keep her cool, but it was one of those things where, you know, when you're trying to keep your cool because you at your wits end. Yeah, I could tell she was at her wits end.
I don't know. It sounds like she was doing a little bit of provoking of her own. She was quoted as saying
she didn't say
about him being a bitch ass nigga and all this stuff. And
in the video, it was, I don't know what she said that got him that hype or what she did that got him that hype. But from the time that they got into that elevator, from the time that they rode out of that elevator, and it was a good 20-something seconds, he was prancing. He touched every wall inside that elevator, going crazy, going off.
Yeah. So, yeah, he shouldn't have even played that much into it. You know, not saying that he deserved to get his ass beat, but, you know, I've experienced that before. It was my girlfriend. As a matter of fact, it was her birthday, and I had planned a surprise party for her. Had all of our friends there from work and everything. Cake, cooked, bought her jewelry, whole nine. Then afterwards, we had a great day, great party. Afterwards, we went out to the club right over here at the Savoy. And so only four of us ended up going to the club. So it was me and my buddy and, another girl from work, her friend. Well, we were all friends. And so we were together and they were kind of together. So my buddy and I went to go get the girls and us drinks. And, those drink lines in the club can be long, right? So we were gone for a minute. And we get back and she's all up on some other dude. And now, I'm not like a super jealous type of dude. I'm human, but I'm not super jealous. If she had just been dancing with some dude, I mean, I wouldn't have been happy about it. But, I wouldn't have felt, especially if, like, she right away, left and came with me or whatever, 'cause like I said, we were gone a long time. So if she was dancing respectfully with some dude, it wouldn't have been, But no, she was grinding, like really, you know what I'm saying? Dry humping. And I'm not the one for public,